And it's like just look at all those battleships. I mean, Jesus
It
Christ.
sucks. Yeah, and that's like with this, I'd probably split up my navy here. Well, the problem is you have three of them there, so you'd probably have
It's like that was my initial strategy for splitting it up. Because I was debating whether to continue going here or start moving outwards to expand my front line.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, you kept coming in because it is rarely close, and I was never really able to do that like effectively without having great losses.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I just set this up now, because it's like you had three battleships that were repaired. It's like put up this line because I just bought three battleships,
Mm-hmm.
and I have two already. So it's like just spread those out already because they can already take two hits, and just like try to force you to spread out your navy to try to get rid of some of the stronger ones.
Yeah, what I definitely would have done is gone for this one because you have the extra one here. So I'd hit it with my entire navy. That would probably crush you easy. And the whole reason I bought all these destroyers was just sponges. So some of my battleships might take a couple hits, but if you were to actually start getting hits beyond that, I'd just take out my destroyers.
Yeah, I was like, this is the entire game. I was waiting for you to get to that aircraft carrier, but I was like,
I
no.
wasn't going for the aircraft.
Yeah, you never went for it.
Yeah.
Although if you did end up going for it and killing it, that would have definitely helped you though in the long run, because then I wouldn't have been able to or send reinforcements on the attack with my planes. That would have.
Yeah, the planes really fucked. Like the first battle we had over here, you sent a bunch of your planes, and that pretty much turned
Yeah. I pretty much sent in every plane I had.
All
So,
of your air force just turned the whole battle. Otherwise, I would have had a pretty decent shot at it. Otherwise, I just like looking at it as, especially with navies, like they're worth so much that even if like when you take into account things like this, where you kind of like ignore, like you look at the battleships and ignore like extra pieces like this, like if you take out like an extra submarine or extra piece like that, that's like eight monies worth, which is kind of a lot.
Yeah, it's like
in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, it's like spreading out your navy can either hurt you or it can hurt the other player, either like ship wise or economy wise, because then that basically forces your opponent to attack multiple areas just to get an opening, and that's going to eventually cost you more money just to keep the navy going.
Mm-hmm. Keeping the navy, that's where you got me. Was just I had to throw so much money into there.
Yeah, that was probably my ending offense with this battleship race, was forcing you to spend 20s on battleships with money you hardly had.
Yeah, right. You went out with the extra bonus over here.
Yeah,
you
it's
had
like
more money to begin with. So.
Yeah. It's like, but otherwise, overall, it was even. But the money was what initially won it.
Won in the end, yeah. That's the problem, is I could win a bunch of battles, but I was fighting an uphill fight anyways. So even if I won like a couple battles in like 2 turns, you'd have made it up.
Yeah, it's like even with that last turn, it's like I had 3 battleships out there already, and I had 220. I had enough for 2 battleships ready, and I just bought both of them right away. Mm-hmm. That would have been a bloodbath if I sent those ones out. Oh man. Yeah, we need to do more Little Wars. It's like one of my.
Less longer than I expect, to be honest.
Yeah, it did. It's like the one that I really want to do. Where is it? Or actually, I have done this by myself, but it's like I need both of them. You know what? I'll actually just use the smaller board to show it. God, I haven't looked at this board in years. It's so small.
Yeah, it is. This is the one I got. It's big enough for me, I'm telling you.
But yeah, it's like I had the Japanese here and I had the British here, and then I just did like a war around here and in the Indian Ocean. But it's like compared to that map, it's like it would be India and Japan like sinking and like just do this war in between. So it's like overall the Indian